full body workouts are trash. Or are they? We're gonna provide a full body workout that actually works. And we're gonna start right. Full body workouts are usually total trash. Typically what we see is fitness gurus, coaches, they put together a workout. It looks like a monkey just slapped exercises against the wall and then assigned 3 sets of 10 for every single movement pattern. I've always disliked full body training workouts, mainly because it's challenging to really focus on one specific task or one specific goal for an area of your body or for a specific body part when you're trying to make specific gains. Remember, we have to understand that the main focus of a full week should really be absolute leg day, okay? So we're gonna come in, we're gonna do a technical coordination movement, then a big strength movement. Then we're gonna get into day 2, which is gonna be similar on an absolute upper body day. Big technical coordination lift, big absolute strength upper body lift. And then we're gonna get into athlete day. This is the day that we wanna focus on greater levels of coordination, a little bit more speed, and then impulse day, moving heavy weights fast, applying a large amount of force in a very short period of time, and then hypertrophy day, everybody's favorite. You wanna get monstrous pumps going, you wanna get a little bit bigger. This is how we would lay out an entire plan. So what would this look like if we're training total body? So let's start off with that first exercise that you're gonna do after you warm up with our PVC pipe here, available at garagestrength.com. So what's our main goal? What's the main focus of what we're trying to do inside of our workout? Ideally, we would hit a few main keys first. There needs to be some type of neurological awakening, something that really stimulates your body to wake up and start to focus on recruiting high threshold motor units. That second key is that we want to train a movement that has some sense of mobility, especially if we're moving at a high rate or a high speed. And this is important even if you're training for general fitness. It's important to do exercises that actually work through full range of motion. One, because you can increase strength, but two, you can increase your overall flexibility. That third key is that this is a main lift that's gonna set the tone for the workout. We're gonna raise our body temperature. We're gonna get the blood flowing. We're gonna wake up that nervous system to really prepare for the rest of the workout. So in this workout, that first exercise is going to be a hip power snatch. You could even do a hip full set. So I'm gonna load those hips, load those hamstrings here, and I wanna explode, boom, as rapidly as possible, okay? We can bring it forward, boom. One more. I'm a beast. You can do hip power snatches, 5 doubles, 6 doubles, really wake everything up. Wake up that upper back and move that heavy weight fast, although that's 50 kilos, so it's not that heavy. I feel pathetic because Olympic bronze medalist Jaime Perez just did a hip power snatch at 90 kilos for a double. And I just showed you with 50 kilos. And if you want to improve your own hip power snatch, make sure you head over to peakstrength.app and pick up our app today so you can improve that big explosiveness to become a freak. The second part of the workout needs to be focused on absolute strength. Now, one of the downfalls behind total body training is that it becomes very challenging to focus on one absolute strength movement. So if you want to increase your absolute strength in your legs or in your upper body, you can't really do both in the same workout. You can, but it won't be optimal. This is something I learned when I was younger. If I wanted to back squat before I bench press, my bench press would severely suffer because of the energy that I was putting into the back squat. But if we think hard enough, we can work through this and really troubleshoot to have a really good total body workout. Now, on the second group, we need to get creative. So we want to focus on that absolute strength, but we can also use something like contrast training or even focus on dynamic trunk control, which is another form of contrast training. We want to hit something that is a total compound movement. We want multiple joints being used. And I would even recommend using rep schemes that are going to be around 3 to 7 reps, 4 to 6 reps, something that's going to really help us increase our strength. Okay, so in this workout, we're gonna do a back squat. We're gonna do 3 sets of 4 and 1 set of 9. Now, if I'm doing total body, I typically like using rep schemes like this or using rep modulators like this, something that's more unbroken. So we're here, boom, 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 boom. Okay, so down, up, a little bit quicker. And then we're gonna use 2 options. I'm gonna give you 2 options. We're gonna either do a pull-up with a weight in our feet so we can work on that dynamic trunk control, or we're gonna do the ab wheel, so you can pick that. I'm gonna go do pull-ups 5 sets of 7. So I'm gonna do a set here, a set at the pull-ups, set here, set at the pull-ups. If you don't wanna do the pull-ups, you can do a set here, and then do an ab roller for a set of 17. Okay, so we just did the back squats. Now, when I'm doing a total body, I wanna train that dynamic trunk control. So I'm gonna put a plate in my toes. I would need to dorsiflex while I'm doing this and control in my abs. Here, we're gonna do a set of 4. It's a little easier for me to do pull-ups now that I'm 20 pounds less fat. Now again, if you don't want to do the pull-ups, you can do the ab wheel, okay? So if we just did the back squats, then we're gonna come over here, use this pad, get in the ab wheel, okay? This is a unique way to superset. This is a unique way to do contrast training, and supersetting is an absolutely imperative thing for sports performance. It's also imperative if you're doing a total body workout, and that's why we use supersetting inside of our app, Peak Strength. I would do sets of 17 when you're doing the ab wheel. Now, the third key part of this workout is where we can make some serious size gains. And this is a part of the workout where I will want to focus specifically more on the upper body. I usually would recommend, if I'm breaking down the actual sequencing of the workout, you know, we started with that technical coordination movement to improve mobility, to improve that neurological firing. Then we did the absolute strength work with the back squats. We paired that with the dynamic trunk control work with the ab wheel or with the pull-ups. Now we're gonna try and chase that pump with some dumbbell work. So we wanna target the entire body with some unique dumbbell work so we can get a pretty good pump. So we're gonna hit here, sit here, not hit here, rep out 20 to 25 reps on the dumbbell incline. Fast forward, 20 reps later. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a dumbbell RDL. Let's come forward, row, row. And I would do about 7 to 10 of those. Doing that with the incline, then you're hitting a little bit of that posterior chain along with the lats, okay? That bent over row, you will use your hamstrings a little bit. You're gonna get a really good pump rolling from the incline bench. You rest about a minute and a half. And this is a really good way to get hypertrophic during a total body workout. So one of my favorite things now is that we can smash what we refer to as the overtime period. And one of the main focuses during the overtime period is that we want to improve aesthetics or structural issues, okay? So now we're going to focus on even more bodybuilding or more mobility type work. One thing I want to mention here is that we do need to time this period because a lot of people sort of get lost. They start to avoid timing. They start to avoid even their rest periods. That's exactly why we put timed rest periods with a clock inside of Peak Strength. It's to hold everybody accountable so that they actually follow the proper rest periods. And then that elicits the right response, the right adaptation that we're looking for specific to the exercise. Okay, so we're in the overtime period. Now we're gonna use our PowerLastics here. We're gonna use the strength band, all right? So what I wanna do is I'm gonna do 25 reps here. And remember, this is gonna be a time period. So it can be, you know, let's say a 5-minute timer. 25 reps of kneeling tricep extensions. I wanna focus on squeezing my abs while I'm doing this overhead tricep extension, okay? Now, pretend I did 25 there. Now I'm gonna get right into doing a V-up crunch. So I'm here on the pad, okay? 25 reps. I wanna rip these out. And then as soon as I'm done, okay, I'm gonna get back. I don't know how many that is, so I'll pretend to do 5 more, okay? Now I'm gonna get right back into the kneeling tricep extension. So this is a great way to train aesthetics. You know, we got the abs, we got the triceps here. You get your heart rate going. You got a 5-minute period, and basically you roll through as many sets as possible until you're done with that 5-minute period. So the idea of a total body workout is that you can get as much done in one session at the gym as possible. So you can go in, you got a bunch of different goals that you want to target and you want to hit. Now, I don't necessarily agree with this methodology long term, but if you're traveling and you don't have something to do, you're short on time, something's wonky in your schedule, by all means, use this total body workout today. You can go into the gym today and actually use this and get a lot of work done in a short period of time. This could sustain your strength gains for 2 to 3 days as you lead into that next workout. The one downfall too is that it's not going to be as personalized for your specific results. That's exactly why we created the Peak Strength app. Peak Strength is personalized specific to your goals and to your sport and to whatever you want to accomplish in the realm of sports performance, in the realm of general fitness. So head over to peakstrength.app. You can get 7 free days of personalized training in 35 different sports. And this programming is going to be specific to your goals. So again, head over to peakstrength.app, the Google Play Store, or the Apple Store today, because remember, freaks, if you want to become a champion, you've always got to cultivate your power. Peace.